Well, I'm not just going to sit here and rant and rave about how back in 2015 YouTube was so much better. But my God, it was so much better. I want to make it clear I'm not here to complain about YouTube's policies or their censorship, which have been major issues in the past. I went through the purging of channels, if you will. Had my channel deleted for about 6 months, and they eventually somehow reinstated it. I don't know why. I gotta say that YouTube as a platform has grown, in their minds, has grown into maybe something greater, when in fact it was just fine the way it was. When you consider a platform that's just hosting content, you need moderators. You need people who are going to be able to sort out extremely disgusting and filthy and offensive things, such as children being manipulated, that kind of thing. So there has to be somebody, right? There has to be some form, at the very least, of censorship. People want that. They don't want their kids seeing crap like that. However, as much as I've patiently watched through the years, as many of my videos get deleted, or I don't worry about demonetized, because really don't have any of them monetized. I have commercials on a few of the older ones, but just because YouTube basically told us all at one time, if you don't put ads on your channel, we're going to do it anyway. So people were kind of forced into it. Now, a lot's changed over the years. The biggest complaint a lot of people have had lately using YouTube, or being a user of the channel to upload videos, you find that certain things are considered harmful or 18 plus, merely because you talk about something that's maybe controversial, like self-harm topics, for example, as they call them now. It's what George Carlin called, like, what is it, light language or something language, soft language. And we're kind of afraid to talk about certain things, because not because you don't want to offend people, but because the algorithm pushes people's videos to the bottom. So when I talk, it's from the heart, and I can say fuck and I can say shit, and I don't have to give a goddamn about whether or not YouTube's going to censor it, because I know my subscribers are the ones that watch it. So thank you for watching. But yes, lately there has been a lot more of the kind of mundane bullshit, like the same crappy ads. I get the same ad every single time it rolls. It's for this stupid at-home schooling for your kids thing. My wife just laughs every time it comes on. It's this song. It's a horrible song about needing a flexible school for your flexible child, and I'm just like, get the fuck out of my... And I don't have an ad blocker on my smart TV. Won't go into that. But YouTube is like my home. That's where I upload videos. That's where I watch a lot of videos. There was a time when people would say, oh, you saw it on YouTube. The truth is, everybody uses it now. Every major news organization, every media organization, journalists, everybody uses YouTube. And it's considered a main source of information for a lot of people. This is unfortunate, but at the same time, fortunate. I think what we're doing is we're pointing out a lot of disinformation that comes across on platforms like this, without acknowledging how much more information we are armed with about the world around us. I grew up in a generation where we were relatively ignorant unless we read the right book. But now you can just be pointed to a website. I mean, it doesn't mean it's true. And I think that that's where I'm coming from here. We've learned a lot, and we've really honed our internet skills, hopefully, over the years, to not be so shallow, get into petty arguments. We understand there's a difference between text and in person, and we're growing as a society along with this technology. But YouTube, lately, and here's my complaint with it, I think that they've become, while they have become more lax on certain things, they have completely devastated their algorithm. I don't know what they've done, but the video suggestions are absolutely horrible. The videos in my recommended list or in my home feed are complete garbage. Half of them, over half of them, are videos I've already watched, many of them recently, sometimes a year ago, but it'll even show that I've watched the video, yet it wants me to watch this same fucking video again. Okay? Now, if that ain't enough, all of the shit in my recommended list is stuff that I'm not even interested in. Now, don't get me wrong. That's how people like you find channels like mine. Sometimes, if I happen to make a video or a topic that YouTube's algorithm finds interesting, it'll post it and somebody will say, oh, I just found your channel through my recommended. And like, that's weird because, you know, I've always been on kind of the naughty list on YouTube for speaking my mind and not giving a shit. But at the same time, I think I've been pretty passive compared to some of these fuckheads out there who make a ton of cash off of it. That's a video or a podcast I'm getting ready to do. It's about, you know, how so much of our attention is being stolen and how much profit there is in proselytizing and bullshitting and lying to people. And it's sad because a lot of people fall for it. But I've also learned that people want to fall for it. The same way they want to fall into obsession with politics or obsession with religion or obsession with business, making money, whatever it might be. People get into these righteous zones that they know what's good and what's bad, and it's pretty sad to watch. But a lot of this kind of shit is being put into my feed and my recommended list, stuff that I don't watch, things like these fake ass YouTube gurus trying to get rich quick schemes, things like that. And the thing is, these are videos, of course, that have a lot of views. There's a lot of young people out there who are very impressionable, and they really think watching this douchebag try to sell you on some new Bitcoin type currency, you know, yeah, I understand crypto, I understand blockchain technology as much as the next guy. It doesn't mean it's the savior of the world. The same way I said about NFTs a couple of years ago. There were all these videos coming up about NFTs in my recommended list, and I'm like, what the hell is this shit? I was like, these are garbage. They're gonna totally fall off the map. And shocker, you know, you don't hear much about them anymore. But it's this constant game for your attention, a game for your recognition that somebody else has something important to say. And that's what YouTube's become. It's become not a place for people to really share their opinions, not for a place for people to share their creativity, but rather completely swapped to a whole bunch of people who call themselves creators, but that make the same shit. It's not just that though. It's the self-help as well. What's with the guy, you know, all these guys with, you know, a British accent. No offense to my friends over the pond, but there's always this guy with a British accent, has the same type of voice. You can tell they're in their early 20s, and make a YouTube channel where it's just a voiceover with a bunch of stock photos and videos. And they basically sound like they're just reading from a script that they pulled out of their ass, you know, off the internet. And it's interesting stuff. For all I know, it could be an Alan Watts lecture. People are able to write this shit with AI now, which that's kind of an interesting concept, little twist on it. But in general, these are just guys who write out a short, you know, 3 or 4 page script. They read it, they throw some pictures over it, and their channels get huge, and then they consider themselves great philosophers. So they start sharing these other ideas that they haven't thought through, that they don't have a real world view. It's just like this, you know, this is what works to make money. And I don't like the monetary aspect. I understand money is needed to survive. Believe me, I'd love to make a living off my YouTube channel, but unless I can do it raw dog style, you know, and do it authentically, I just couldn't bring myself to bullshit anybody. And that brings me to a weird point of how many of these people are bullshitting and how many of these people don't know they're bullshitting because they believe their own bullshit. It's a weird conundrum trying to figure all this shit out. But a bigger question is, why is YouTube pushing so much garbage, and why are they pushing things we've already seen? And that's another one that I need to figure out. My dog's going crazy, so I guess I better stop her. The neighbor dogs and her just go at it. I managed to stop the madness momentarily. Anyhow, that's about all I had anyhow. Thanks for watching, and appreciate y'all. What do you think, Lucy? You got the attention you wanted? Crazy dog. So yeah, I miss the old YouTube, but it's not just about that. It's not just about, oh, the good old days. Things do change. Times change. But I feel like so much of the content, if you want to call it out there, is just so inauthentic. And then on top of that, we have content farms, which wasn't even a word a long time ago. But hold on, Lucy has a gross big chunk of fur stuck on her nose. Content farms basically make all these channels like 5-minute crafts, that kind of garbage. These are just junk, you know, like life hack channels, things like that. They're just run by these, you know, usually like 1 or 2 people that have this huge breadth of channels with millions of views, where they make thousands of dollars a week just sitting on their asses and making garbage content. It works, but it fills people's brains with, I guess, TikTok syndrome, if you will. This 30-second look at somebody making something, move on to the next thing. It's not just about saying, oh, back in my day we had longer attention spans. It's really fucking up people. It's really fucking people's attention spans up. I can see it. We can all see it. That people cannot resist being on their fucking phones 24 hours a day. They gotta show you a picture. They gotta show you a video. I mean, and we all catch ourselves doing it. And if that's the case, that we're all going to be addicted to our devices, then if you're scrolling through YouTube and all you're finding is complete garbage, then, you know, it's like mental torture. So hopefully they change the algorithm to actually select videos that not only I'm actually interested in, because you'd think they could do better, and I know they can, but they don't want you to, because videos like mine don't make them money. I don't have ads on this video, so therefore they won't, and I don't have a sponsorship either. No links, no, you know, affiliate links, that kind of shit. I don't like that crap. I'll sell my own merch one day if I get around to it. I got a bunch of 15-minute free thinking tie-dyes from my podcast that I never sold. Got to do that. But anyway, it's more about just being able to express myself the way I feel. And for a lot of other people, it's that way too. And most of those channels have been pushed to the bottom, just like mine. I mean, it was growing pretty steady until a couple of years back, and then it's just pretty much, you know, it grows slowly. A few subscribers a day, maybe, and that's great. 3 new people a day that want to hear what I have to say. Welcome, you know, I think it's awesome. But I'm not here for just myself, you know. I see so many people struggling, and I just want to give my thoughts and my advice in hopes that it might help somebody else. But also maybe to toot my own horn a bit and be able to share the things I like, because I like being appreciated. And it's a, you know, reciprocating kind of thing. But with some of these guys, it's just, they post a video, they don't read the comments, they don't care about their subscribers, they don't give a shit about the crowd or the audience at all. It's just about making money. Money, money, money. At any cost. Oh, everybody's talking about Elon Musk this week. Oh, hashtag Elon Musk. Oh, Trump. Better talk about Trump. And it just goes on and on and on. The money mills, you know. I won't drop names, but there are a lot of left and right wing commentators and celebrities that I could name in a row that all use this kind of shock value tactic to get your attention. And that's what people tend to lean in and click on. I don't know what to do about it. I just wanted to talk about it. Talk to you next time.